Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Knee Slappin' K-Pop podcast. I'm Sammy. I'm here as usual with Kayla.
Hello.
And Maria.
Hey.
And we are here to continue our journey into the past with the 10 worst songs of 2013.
Woohoo.
Woo.
And oh boy, is this a list.
It's a list.
It is a list.
Wide variety on the list, really.
Oh, yeah.
A lot.
Such a wide variety.
Some returning
A lot's
faces,
happening here.
Some new a lot of new faces.
A lot of new faces,
because
some returning.
Yeah.
A lot of the returning faces from previous months have not are gone.
Yes.
They have not debuted. We're
Yes,
too
yes.
far in the past now.
Yes. That's kind of how it's gonna be. It's like a lot of new people gonna be appearing on the worst list because there were just not enough groups back in the day.
Yep. Because as we go back, there's less groups to talk about.
Yep.
So, 2013, I will say this is a list where all of these songs are bad.
They are not good.
No.
I will say.
Yeah, this is going to be a mixed list for me. I'm curious about the conversations that are going to come out of this.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so to start things off, at number 10, we have Bad Man by BAP. A lot of groups gonna make a double appearance, both on the best and on the worst list.
Also,
several
good
groups
morning,
gonna do
Detroit.
Yes,
hello,
it's very
Detroit, I guess.
I mean, the video was indeed shot in Detroit.
It's when we watch the video and I'm like, this is Detroit. Having never been to Detroit myself, never been there, never needed to. I was like, is this Detroit? Because it looked exactly like Detroit.
And then we looked it up, and yes, indeed, it was in Detroit.
Exactly.
I mean,
of course it was.
What place in the States gives off abandoned buildings in a city with turn-of-the-century art style in some of them?
To be honest,
Detroit.
most American cities.
Okay, maybe a lot more.
But
like the one that's the strongest associated with that is Detroit.
The only one that is a stereotype, which is almost it's an unnecessary stereotype, is Detroit.
Yeah.
Yes. So it is very Detroit.
Yes.
And it is also very much BAP doing the laziest version of BAP.
Yes.
Because I'm sorry. Yeah. It's giving one shot, but we didn't have any ideas.
Also,
instead of being like, I'm a bad man.
Right.
Sorry, what?
And also,
it's like Zico calling himself a tough cookie.
We talked about them, how it's like, well, they are going full in on the concept. This feels like they're not full in on the concept.
No.
It does feel like our heart's not fully in it, so it just is very lackluster.
Yeah,
it feels like the concept is the same concept.
Yeah.
It's just that we've run out of ideas on what to do with the concept.
Right.
Yeah.
And this early into your career, you can't run out of ideas.
You can't do that this early.
You can't run out of ideas. You've used only like 3 ideas.
I know.
I don't know.
And
just
it's like
specifically the phrase "bad man."
Yeah.
That's what feels the laziest to me. Like, I'm a bad man is the chorus. It's kind of that.
Pretty much.
And I'm like, what?
It is. The song is also like a little bit
phrase?
Frankenstein-y in a way, because it's like once the rap break hits, it's like feels like we're a different song all of a sudden. It's
not in
weird.
a good way, just
Not
like
in
a way
way
of like just we needed a beat to put over the rap,
right.
And like also the beeps and boops are weird.
Yeah.
Considering that there's literal beeps and boops.
Yes.
Yeah.
The instrumental is a choice.
Yeah.
This was just think that before the era, because I like to consider a lot of like current noise music as like sounds like it was made by like sampling a construction site. A lot of the noise music from back then is like electronic in a lot of ways.
It's very much the computer made noise. Let's just record what it's doing. It's very computer based, and I will say it's less annoying than current noise music.
It is definitely less annoying.
It is
because like. The computer is actually trying to make music, and the construction site is
just
trying to make a building.
Yeah.
Like, that's sort of the difference.
Yes.
But, yeah, no, this just feels lazy.
It does.
It feels like lazy beat.
Yeah, the energy is, like, not nearly as high as they normally are.
Yeah.
And it just is very, very lackluster. in a
Very
lot,
much
and
so.
really everything about the song.
Yeah. Just listen to One Shot. Same vibe.
Yeah, you might
better
as well
song.
just go listen to One Shot. Like,
Honestly, yeah. There's a superior version.
yep.
Yeah. So, number 9 is, like, the opposite of that.
Oh yeah, we're taking a hard turn for number 9.
It's the opposite.
The complete opposite. I remember this one. God. Weird seeing it here because it was in the early days of K-pop. I secretly denied liking this group on the internet because, you know, everyone was liking this group. I wanted to be not like
Want
the
it to
other
be
girls,
different?
so to speak.
You
I want to be not like the other
you
girls.
want to be not like the other girls in the K-pop sphere?
I know, right? the fallacy of
Well,
that logic right there
you
is
know,
just mind-blowing.
teen
Who has
However,
logic as a teen?
While I don't hate this song, I could see why it is
You can see
here.
why we do?
We have a
Yes. Oh, I
specific
know why.
vendetta. We
Oh,
have a
I do know
specific
why.
vendetta.
It is very on brand for us because at number
Yes.
9, it is "Miracles in December" by EXO, XOK,
What?
XOM,
It's
both.
just
Both.
the general EXO, I think.
Let's be honest. It is by
By 3 people in particular.
It's
but-
by Dio,
Yes.
Chen, and Baekhyun in the Korean version, and then who's in the Chinese version?
I don't
Well,
know.
Luhan is for sure.
Luhan is, but there's different people.
Well,
I think
Chen,
it's-
and then probably
it's-
either I think I
No,
want to say it's
Luhan,
Baekhyun
it's
probably.
no, it's Baekhyun, Chen, and Luhan in the
Yeah.
Chinese
So we
version.
just
Apparently,
swap
Dio
out
doesn't.
Luhan
Dio.
in there.
Yeah, apparently
We
Dio
Swap
doesn't
out
speak
Dio
well
and
for
Luhan. Yeah.
Yep. Apparently that. But holy shit. Do you know what's almost as bad as Sexy Christmas?
Boring.
Sad Christmas.
Boring, sad
Sad
Christmas.
Boring sad Christmas.
EXO looking sad and miserable.
We immediately don't like Christmas music. That's strike 1 on this song.
Yeah, it's like, if you listen to this podcast, you know we do not like Christmas music.
Like, if you're a K-pop Christmas song, you come in with a negative score.
Yes.
You
I mean, for
immediately come in with a
me,
negative score that
it's
you
like,
have to
and then Christmas
climb
music's
out of.
weird for me because I'm like, I only purposely listen to it at certain times throughout December. Otherwise, I'm
Which
just
is
like,
appropriate.
whatever shows up in the
That's-
neighborhood.
But
Yeah,
this
but-
is like all of EXO's Christmas music is sad Christmas music.
It's
and I'm
sad
like, why
Christmas
are
music.
we making ballad Christmas
And
Well,
they
music?
they're
and they
promoting
made,
Christmas music
like,
is. They
4
have some
Christmas
lighthearted Christmas
albums.
music.
They made 4 Christmas albums.
It
4?
was a staple for
3?
the EXO career. Was to the and it was in December we do a Christmas album.
It was
like-
always like, comeback, repackage, Christmas, comeback, repackage, Christmas.
yes,
For like 4 years.
so much Christmas.
Also in the middle of their like entire falling apart era too was
it
comeback,
was in
repackage,
Christmas.
Christmas.
They
They're
were not.
fall
They
apart.
were not stopping from the pattern
For the no.
even while
it
they
was
were falling
comeback,
apart.
repackage, Christmas. This is the saddest and the worst of their Christmas songs.
Yeah,
Like vocally, it's fine. It's the
It's
3
also the
best singers
first
in
of it,
EXO.
honestly.
Like, what do you want? Like, Chen, Baekhyun, and
Dio, like you
Dio-
can't be mad at them for
yeah,
singing.
I
a ballad,
can't be mad at them for
but,
singing.
like, Christmas.
But also, Chris, it's a Christmas sad ballad. Like what? No.
And it's like I can see why this is a thing that like the Koreans would love because they love a ballad, and so it's like Christmas ballad, like probably really big for December. Like
So they've done 3 of them. No wait, I lied. They've done 4, I think, for Christmas. Sing for You, that's the winter special album. For Life, which has a snowflake on the symbol, and then Universe, which is 2017.
oh god,
And then I think they stopped after 2017.
Christmas.
Well, the only interesting thing they did was put the lightsaber song on the
Oh
Christmas
my god,
album.
the Star Wars song.
That did come
funny.
out with one of the Christmas
That
albums,
was
but I think that's mainly
funny.
just because of when Star Wars aired.
That's it really,
Why was that on an album?
That is really funny though.
You
that
know,
they put
I
the
find it
Star
funny
Wars
they
song
put on
the
the-
Christmas
Well,
album.
okay, so it was released November 11th, 2015, that song. So maybe they were just like, well, we're going to drop
yeah,
the
but the
Christmas
Christmas
album.
albums are always released in like end of November, early December.
Yeah.
Because you need to have the Christmas album out for the Christmas season.
Yeah, the one for December for 2015 was released on December 10th. So it was like they just decided to put the song that was a month old onto the CD, I guess. So
yeah. But yeah, no. Honestly speaking, I'll take this over Sexy Christmas any day.
Right.
I'd rather have Sad Christmas than Sexy Christmas.
I would rather just not have K-pop Christmas as a whole.
But like, I don't want K-pop Christmas to begin with.
Yeah.
There's only one good Christmas song.
And it's not a K-pop song.
And it's not a K-pop song, so there's no good K-pop Christmas songs.
Yep.
Like, the only good Christmas song is Christmas adjacent. Yeah. Christmas vibes.
We have a whole video on this channel that's vaguely Christmas playlist. So
vaguely,
if you want some
best K-pop Christmas is vaguely
songs,
Christmas.
Then go listen to that.
Agreed. But yeah, so we have a vendetta against the Christmas.
We do. I think a Christmas song has to be like a mainstay on the like worst of the year list for us. It's like, yeah,
the worst of all time. We'll have some
Christmas representation.
Something will show up.
It will. It has to.
Yes.
So then we have number 8.
Yes.
This is a wild card entry.
It is.
I was reminded of this by Kayla.
Who remembers this group? I think we put this on here because we were reminded of it by
Thank you, Kayville, for reminding us of shit songs.
Well, the thing with Kayville's a good archive.
It is a really good music archive. Like,
Kayville's the K-pop music archive, because you look up K-pop a year, you get Kayville has a video on it.
It's honestly super helpful. It's how half these lists got made, because it's so hard to figure out what year, especially not so much this era, but as we go back, it gets harder and harder to figure out what year a K-pop song came out in. And Kayville is thankfully very helpful with like the Nugu inclusions on there. So yeah. So at number 8, we have Ajax with their song Insane.
Me
so
too, girl.
Not good.
It's not.
What was that chorus?
The thing with this song feels like it's a combination of other songs that came out this year, specifically Shiny's Dream Girl, and a song that's gonna be on this list later. Yeah, so there is gonna be another song in here that has an almost identical music video to this. Yep. And like similar vibes. Yes, very much. Because it also kind of feels a little bit like Dream Girl by Shiny in vibes.
Now that you really stated that, like. No, like, it makes sense, because I'm like, there is a familiarity that I like, but then that chorus instance just like, get the fuck out of here.
The chorus is
when we were going back through this, and we were like, why did we put this here? And then the chorus hit, and I'm like, that's why. That's why. That's why. You gotta, that's why you gotta listen all the way through these songs. It's when you find out that, like, songs don't have second verses, that, like, they go off the rails, they get surprise cultural appropriation, and then you just wait for the chorus, and you just hear what I can only describe as a noise music. It sounds like a construction site. We were talking about construction sites before. It is, no, but this is still in the very electronic era of noise, where it's like, it's not so much the construction site, but it is very, like, electronic. It's giving computer trying to sound like a construction site, because there's no rhyme or reason to the bleeps. No, it is just very loud.
It doesn't make any sense.
It feels like the computer's trying to jackhammer its way into my brain. Yes. But, like, the rest of it doesn't sound terrible. Well, I'm listening to the second verse right after the chorus. Also, just sounds bad, and I don't. It's like the rapping is like not mixing with the song well, and it just sounds not great.
I mean, I think
it's also the fact that Ajax had no money. That's the other thing.
Like hearing the auto-tune.
That's true.
And there's way too much of it.
The auto-tune is bad. Yeah, I think a part of it is the song. I think just feels poorly produced because Ajax definitely had no money,
negative money.
Were they under DSP?
This song just feels very cheap.
What are they under?
That's a good question.
Ajax was under.
They might have been DSP.
I wonder.
So Ajax was under DSP, but also this is 2012. Like, the DSP is starting to go. This isn't peak DSP era.
That's why I was curious.
Peak DSP era was like 2010.
Yeah, like
if that. Like, peak DSP is before. And also Ajax never had money specifically.
Yeah, Ajax definitely wasn't getting the DSP money even when they had it. So.
It was never.
I do
them.
like the cats in the music video.
The cats are great.
The cats
or
are
maybe
fun.
maybe the one cat
Yeah.
spliced over and over again.
Right. I am not a fan of the weird, like, sexy hospital psych ward that we're
Sexy
in.
nurses?
It's, like, very weird.
But like sexy nurses would then joke being haha old man.
Yeah.
Yes. Sexy nurses
Haha.
and an old man, but also in the hospital room there is, like, a deer head, so it's, like, really...
It's giving random.
Yeah.
It's giving what did we have on set?
Yes.
It's giving what is in the closet. Grab it.
It's giving early
Yes,
days
yes.
of YouTube.
It's just not good. It's a half-baked
is.
idea, not done correctly.
Yes.
So, up next.
Number
women.
7.
First women on this
First women
list.
on the list. Not gonna be the last, for
oh
sure.
boy.
Definitely not.
Alright, number 7, we have Sunshine by Rainbow.
Oh god, what the hell was this? What is
this? This is almost the worst kind of sexy concept, which is cute sexy.
Yeah, it's really... It's
like
ugh.
halfway between a like cute school, like sugar sweet level cute that could be done by a group of 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
It's cute. And also a sexy song. But also they're dressed like sexy sailors.
This is another DSP group.
What?
I just
This is another
yeah,
DSP
that's
group.
2 DSP
This is a
groups
bad
in a row.
DSP
Yeah,
year.
DSP year.
I mean, many years were bad DSP years going forward.
Fair.
Financially more so than anything else.
Yep.
But it's just another half-baked concept that does not... You can't combine cute and sexy.
Yes. This was also, again...
You gotta pick one.
Like, we're in the heels era of K-pop, where they're all wearing heels, but
yeah.
the song is cute, but also sexy at the same time.
Yeah.
It's very...
I will
It's a
say,
lot.
I'll give one thing about these heels. These heels at least have, like, an ankle strap.
Right.
Which, I'll give it this. Most K-pop girl groups did not end up with heels that supportive.
Uh-huh.
If there's anything, I'll give them.
The one thing I do really enjoy about this song, which is really the, like, overwhelming memory I have of it, is Jaehyun from Men Flying doing a cover of it.
Yes.
Because if people who don't know, his older sister is Jaekyung, who is in Rainbow. And so Jaehyun
Yes.
on a Flying did a cover of it, and he looks exactly like Jaekyung, so it's just a very
does.
funny, it's a very funny image to have.
That is kind of the very funny thing about this.
Yes.
And I don't know, I just think the problem, like, there's other Rainbow songs. Like, Rainbow is not a bad group.
They're not.
in
No, they're
K-pop.
not.
They're not a bad
Rainbow
group at
had
all.
some
Yeah.
good songs.
Yeah.
They're very
This is
underrated,
not
if
one of
anything.
them.
But this song is...
The thing
They're
with
very
Rainbow is
underrated,
Rainbow
yeah.
ends up finding a decent amount of success when you just go
Mhm.
sexy.
Yeah.
Like, they did A, which was good. They did Black Swan, which was good.
Woo.
They did Woo,
Is it called Woo?
what is it? It's
That
Woo.
song?
It's just called Woo, I
Yeah.
think.
But when
But,
we're
like-
sexy, but also
when we're sexy cute,
it's like, okay.
That's also, that brings up a lot of questions.
Yeah.
That just brings up a lot of things. Like, if this song was... The problem is the song is so cute.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like too cute.
The-
It makes
the
it
song
hard,
itself is
honestly.
But
pure
they are
cute.
being so sexy.
But the group is sexy.
Yeah.
So then the song shouldn't have just been given to that group.
Right.
Because that's the problem, is that there's nothing sexy about the song.
No, the song is purely a cute song.
It's like bubblegum
So there's
sweet.
but there's just like a dissonance with the concept.
Another
and
thing
the
I remember
song.
is one very confusing dance move,
Uh-huh.
which is why are we rubbing the stomach
Yes.
situation is very confusing.
Mhm.
But like otherwise, again, I don't think that there's anything inherently wrong with the group
No, Rainbow
or
is
inherently wrong with
usually a very
any-
good group otherwise.
yeah. And like for most part, the group was managed not well, but like the concept was consistent.
Hmm.
This is confusing. This is confused.
Yes.
Oh, do I feel conflicted?
You have
I
feelings
feel
about the song.
conflicted. You two don't, which is great.
I don't.
Yeah. Oh boy, let's just jump right into it. And number 6, we have, Rum Pum Pum by FX.
So
I keep saying this. The problem with FX is
I have
two
a lot of
things.
feelings.
One,
I have a lot of
Amber.
feelings.
Amber's not talented.
Amber. Just Amber.
Amber's not good. Amber can't rap. Amber is there to rap and cannot do her assigned task.
Yep.
And then the other problem with FX is almost the anti-Shiny.
Yes.
Where Shiny is thrown a concept and weirdly somehow the concept fits every member. They knock it out of the park and they're just talented people. FX has 4 very talented girls in it. And yet when they are given a song, it highlights none of their talent and makes them sound bad.
Yep. Which
like,
is
I
honestly
think a lot of the problems with FX are purely the songs that are being given to them are not good.
Yeah.
Because all 4 of them do they do good stuff solo.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is SM does not know how to give them good songs.
Yeah.
They're like the anti-Shiny.
It's because they're doing experimental music, but in a different way.
Their
than
B-sides,
Shiny
I think, are notoriously
and that might be the
better.
thing where in their B-sides they give
overall,
the girls songs that, like, much like how Shiny B-sides are a little more consistent in their sound than their title tracks are. Like, you give the thing that works consistently to the groups. And that's also when you know that FX is a talented group. The problem is their title tracks try to go in all these different directions, and somehow none of them work.
Yep.
The only one I felt like somewhat worked was like Red Light, honestly, for their title tracks. And I remember this album, the B-sides to me, superior than Rum Pum Pum, honestly.
And then you have
Rum
the
Pum
problem
Pum I thought
that
was fine, though.
that like the title tracks are just no other title track sounds
weird.
like Red Light. They're so weird.
Yeah.
And like they make the girls like FX has good singers. I think that Luna's really good. All of them are good. But when you give them a song that plays to none of their strengths, that for some reason makes them sound high and squeaky, what am I gonna, like, what, you've just made them sound bad because of the song you've given them.
And that's
not because they're untalented.
So many of their title tracks are like that too, where they just start, like, and I think a lot of groups have this, where the title tracks are just not written in a key they should be singing, so it just sounds bad.
No, they're not.
Because I think the title tracks oftentimes are songs that are written to be able to be, like, are just written generically.
Yeah,
and
they're not written
they just for some reason don't decide.
Group.
Yeah, and they just decide
true.
not to change to
key
appropriate the key that works for this group. And I don't know if it's maybe a lot of it happens with girl groups, because I think that maybe it's because, like, they want them to sound a certain way, but the keys are so high for girl groups many times.
I know.
Too high. Mm-hmm. And, like, not every girl group should be singing at that, like, the most upper register of their voice.
Yeah.
Make them sing comfortably, and they still sound great.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the solo work of most of these FX girls. They do so much better.
I know.
Even Sully, she didn't even release that many songs, and her own 3 solo songs, even the one she featured on, she was a part of, great. Fantastic.
The one I always go back to is listen to how good Luna sounds on her solo stuff.
Oh yeah, Luna's solo stuff really good.
Listen to how amazing she sounds, and then listen to how she sounds like on FX songs. And you cannot tell me that those are like the same, like specifically FX title tracks. That she's singing to the top of her ability in those. Absolutely not.
Uh-huh.
They wasted those girls
very
in this
annoying.
group.
They did.
Absolutely. And we don't keep putting FX on, because I think FX will be the one that, like, people are actually being like, why do you keep picking on FX? We don't put FX on here because we hate FX.
They have bad, their music.
We put FX on here because they were wasted. They were wasted.
They honestly were wasted.
That's SM's problem,
I think a lot of people
FX.
know
And
that.
it's like, we talked about, well, we will talk about other groups where it's like they were just forgotten to be disbanded, essentially.
Yeah.
Where that at some point in time, SM just decided to not acknowledge.
I think
them
SM
anymore.
will never disband anyone.
Yeah.
SM, I think, refuses to disband groups because I think they view it as like a some sort of moral failure on their part.
Right.
Even though every single member of FX is no longer an SM.
Yeah.
But yeah, so with this, I think the problem is SM. The problem is not.
As is a problem with a lot of SM groups, the problem is SM.
All right, shall we move on to, like, God, these girls wish they were treated like FX.
Big deep cut now.
Real big
Real
deep
big
cut that
deep
just
cut.
does not. Oy. Oh my god, not good.
So, at number 5, we have the group Two Eyes with Don't Mess With Me.
And I just cringe.
Holy shit, this is the most 2013 thing I've ever heard.
Oh,
God.
Man. And it's
It's
like
so try-hard hip-hop, too, and I hate it.
And we're back with, like, the electronic noise.
Oh, electronic noise?
We are.
Exactly.
It's all over
We
this
are.
song.
We're back with, such bad dancing. Incredibly
really
bad dancing.
Yeah.
Incredibly... I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if I can call it bad singing because I cannot hear them under the auto.
Singing.
Like,
it's bad.
It's bad singing, but I can't tell if that's their fault or if it's like auto-tune on top of whatever the fuck concept they got given, on top of the fact that they had to make every single one of these girls rap, and I don't think they ever listened to a rap song in their lives. Like, it just is such bad ideas.
And it's also because I know almost nothing about this group.
No, I have no idea who this group is.
I can imagine
but it's one
they
of the
don't
worst
have
things
any
I've ever
money.
heard.
And so the song is, like, really badly produced. Like, if you just listen to the music video, it's like, oh, wow, it just sounds bad. And not in the way that it, like, the song sounds bad, but the actual, like, mixing of the song is, like, not good.
No, this group is real bad. This group was active for, like, 5 years.
Honestly, wild. That they were active that long.
This group debuted in 2013. This is their debut song. And officially disbands in 2018, but one of the girls on Mix 9, so I think by 2017 they were done.
We were on we're heading out the door,
Yeah, they were already out of the way. But yes, so this group, this feels like, we keep talking about committing to concepts. These girls don't know what they're doing.
No.
I don't think that's inherently their fault.
Management.
I think that everything about what they were told to do was a mistake.
Yeah. I feel like around this era of K-pop, there were, like, a lot of new girl groups that were trying to do this, like, weird electronic hip-hop concept, and it was just going not well for most of them.
Yeah. It just feels very much like they're trying to, like... And this will be the last people to try to do, like, this, like, badass girl trend. Hip-hop girl trend.
Oh, yes.
And it worked for, like, nobody.
No.
I can't think of one group that this concept worked for.
Yeah, no one, really. None of the girl groups, really. I can't really think of...
The girl groups, it didn't work for at all.
It was not a
like,
concept
maybe you could argue kind of 21, but not really.
But, like, 21 didn't really have this concept to this extent.
Yeah, it was more glamorous.
And, like, 21,
and, like, 21
I think
had a lot of money behind them,
I also wouldn't say 21 was hip-hop based. Like, this is hip-hop first. Rap first.
Like, 21 is different.
21, I think, is rap second.
Because I wouldn't call... Because even with, like, CL, I wouldn't call 21, like, a rap-based group in any capacity,
It's so bad. And you almost feel bad, because they got nothing.
I know.
They're so Nugu.
Alright, so number 4... We have Sleep Talking by New West.
Oh, yikes. This was like their second...
No wonder
This was like their second or third comeback, I want to say.
I think this was their third.
Yeah, because, like...
I will say one thing.
You will say, oh, it was good.
There are times where I wonder... Oh, damn, Newest was so good. What happened?
This happened.
And then every once in a while, Newest would release songs like this, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
And then they, like, disappeared into Japan for a while.
Then they forgot about them in Japan for, like, a couple years. But, like, this really, it doesn't help.
This is the song that we were talking about with Ajax, where it's like, it has an identical music video to the Ajax music video.
Even though the Ajax video has, like, half, maybe quarter of the budget.
Yeah.
Because this surprisingly has a decent budget to it, considering how many sets are in this thing.
It's a lot of sets, but it is a weird...
So many sets.
Weird sets, but...
We should... so many Newest videos are so cheap.
Yeah.
And for some reason we put money into this one.
I know.
It's weird. This song is just talk about playing to no one's strengths.
Yes.
Because what the hell is this song?
We're back with again for 3 in a row with the electronic noise music.
Yeah.
Or not 3 in a row.
Yep.
Yeah,
the
3 in a row.
bleeps and the bloops. We got the bleeps and the bloops.
Yep.
It's like all of the bad things about like its newest like rap first.
Rap
Long
based
rap-
newest, which is not
Rap
the way
based
we
newest,
need
which
to
is a
have
mistake.
newest.
It's some of the worst styling I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It looks like they got thrown in a Goodwill.
There's also
bin.
some like weird auto tune happening in it
God,
as well,
yeah.
and it's like
Yeah.
ooh.
It's also a little bit of like weird whisper singing from
Yeah, that's
Becco,
right.
Yes.
where I'm like, okay,
We're not playing a
Just
backhoe strengths at all with that. Like
not at all, not Becco strengths. It's just I don't know what's the audience
Yeah.
here.
I don't know what this is.
Like it's also not weird enough to be one of those like weird quirky K-pop songs.
it's trying
It
to do
is
that.
so hard.
But it's not.
It's trying,
It's
but
trying
it's not
and failing to do that.
far enough. With the song
No,
itself,
it's
it's not
not.
far enough.
Right, because the styling is very weird and bad, and I guess trying to be quirky, but it is not the
No.
way.
It's just weird
Yes.
in every way.
Yeah, truly.
I don't like any of
it. It
Mhm.
just gives us oddly
Confusing.
juvenile, and it's like oh,
A little bit.
I don't feel good. You know, like this doesn't make me feel good. This makes me feel weird and creepy, and I don't like feeling creepy and weird, man.
Luckily, they don't really do this again.
No,
Thankfully.
thank God.
All right, so top
Number
our
3.
bronze medalist.
Well, we
Bronze
liked
medalist.
one of this guy's songs from this year. Well, not the other one, unfortunately. This one
Nope,
I remember kind of liking, but now, like, the older I get, the more I'm like, I prefer other B-sides off of the album he dropped for this than this one in particular. So at number 3, it is Coup d'etat with, from G-Dragon.
This is my coup-d'etat. 입에서부터 도는 봄에나 Hands up, get tight. 너를 시작한다 내가 술에다. This is my coup-d'etat. 입에서부터 도는 봄에나.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. Yep.
So
it's
here's
very
the thing with this song. It's everything about G-Dragon I don't like
Yeah.
and none of the things I like.
Yeah.
Because it's giving like it's giving a little pretentious. It's giving a little it's not giving the fun I want from G-Dragon. It's too serious. It's just not giving what it needs to be giving.
He also sounds
Because
weird.
what are we coup d'etat-ing from? Like, you are not an underdog, G-Dragon.
Nah.
In any capacity of that word. Like, it's just... It feels very self-aggrandizing, which I don't necessarily love, especially when that's the song's only purpose.
Yeah.
When it's like 3.5 minutes of that. Because also the song kind of doesn't go anywhere.
It's one of those
kinda
that sounds the
samey.
same the whole way through.
The whole way through. He kind of has like one thing to say
Yeah.
for the whole song.
And it feels like the song feels like it's more of a vessel for the weird music video than it is meant to be a
Yes.
song, like a cohesive song. It's more of
Yeah.
like it's here to be a backing track for this music video and nothing
That
else.
he really wanted to make.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I don't know. It just feels very one note.
yeah.
And I didn't need the one note to be.
And I don't think this
3.5
is his
minutes.
best example of his rapping skills either.
No,
No.
he
It's
doesn't
giving
sound
it's like
great
giving
on
weird
it.
imagery
thing
and a
with
little
this
bit of
song-
pretentiousness too. I get the vibe of that.
Yeah.
It's giving very like it's giving. The only way this song works is if he has like a
Mhm.
killer verse in it. The thing is, he barely.
And he has
raps
better songs on
anything
this
in it.
album.
He like doesn't
Like the one
say
with,
that
with,
many words.
Yeah.
Oh, what's her name? Missy Elliott. So much
That's a
better
good
of his
song.
rapping skills too.
There's a lot of good
More
songs on
hype.
that album. Also, just painting your face fully black. I understand the meaning.
Yep.
Weird.
Yep.
Weird in the 2023 context.
Yep. It's not the way.
not the way forward. But also, it's just giving, I think the song, there's a way to save it, but it's just a little too...
It's a lot.
Nothing. It's too much in its imagery and what it's trying to do, and too little in what it actually delivers.
Yeah.
And also, he's never sounded worse.
He sounds bad. It's like, because we talked about, like, in the, like, the Hyuna, Ida, and Hyunsung school of sounding kind of the same and looking alike. And
he's in there.
He's in. G-Dragon is also in there.
And the thing with all of those people is that their solo careers have to make them sound a very specific way, because their voices can get a little too...
Yes.
A little too much. He's leaning real into...
It's like, he sounds
voice.
bad. And, he sounds particularly bad in this song.
But yeah, that's kind of it for him.
Yep.
Now we have a song that it's been a long time coming.
It has been.
We've been mentioning the song a bunch because we've always disliked it.
It's always been a bad song.
Because at number 2, we have Crayon Pop with Bar Bar Bar. Kind of their one and only hit.
Yeah.
Like, hit.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly...
I've always disliked it.
I've always disliked the song.
I've always have not been a fan of just the Crayon Pop aesthetic generally.
Yes.
That's true, yeah. And I feel like this is one of those cases where it works better with the music video when you're watching this than listen to it by itself.
Yeah, if you just listen to the song
yeah,
by
the
itself,
song is worse.
like,
The song is not a song. The song at best is a children... Like, if you told me that there's weird educational children's lyrics in this...
Right.
It feels like there should be.
Definitely.
Like, if this was like a Wiggles song, or Korean Wiggles, like, this feels like that. It's just too long for that, because those songs need to be short.
Yes.
But here's the one thing I will give Crayon Pop. I give them one positive. For a group that is technically a K-pop one-hit wonder, they had weirdly more success than any other K-pop one-hit wonder I'm seeing. After seeing what happened to both Momoland
and Brave
and
Girls,
now to 50/50,
50/50.
and Brave Girls. We don't know what's going to happen with 50/50, but what's
50/50.
going currently on with 50/50. I'll give Crayon Pop this.
they at least sustained a career.
They sustained a career as a group.
Yeah.
So you know what? For K-pop one-hit wonders, they did not do as bad for themselves as a lot of people say they did.
And it's like, I do
including
understand,
us.
I do understand to an extent the appeal of Crayon Pop, where like
Yes,
people
to
think
some
it's
people.
really camp and like whatever. But to
In a way it
to
is.
me,
In
I
a way,
don't find
it
it
is
camp. I just find it incredibly dumb, and so none of it's
Also,
appealing
it's not
to
safe
me.
to be on old, unused, abandoned theme park machinery like that. I'm just saying. It's just not safe.
It's an unsafe working condition.
It's unsafe working conditions. But yes, I feel like we've talked so much about the song in other videos.
I know, where it's like all of
There's
our
very
opinions
little for
on
me
it,
to
I feel have
say.
already been out. Yeah.
And most of it is just, it sounds bad.
It sounds bad. And it's also, weirdly, the song has also given me, like, big J-pop energy. Like, girl group J-pop energy. Because
a little bit.
It feels cute and weird in a way that K-pop
Yeah.
normally isn't cute and weird. It feels in the way that J-pop is usually cute and weird.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
Alright. So we're gonna go to number 1.
Number 1.
The best thing I
Oh,
could
boy.
say is, you know what? Sometimes maybe your favorite companies also did have some big failures, you know?
Have a
Had
dark past.
you know?
A dark past.
Literally.
Literally.
Yep.
So at number 1,
We have Glam.
With I Like That.
so this is like a culmination of every other song on this list,
God.
where
Yes.
it's like,
Where
it's
it's hip-hop,
electronic.
it's electronic.
It's just too much.
loud.
Yeah.
They're singing in a key that they shouldn't be singing in.
Yes.
It's just, it also kind of doesn't have a chorus, as I learned while trying to make a clip of it
It
for this
doesn't,
video.
really.
Like, it's, like, go listen to I don't recommend it, but like just skip around in that song because every part of it sounds different than the last.
Mhm.
Yep.
Not in a mix pop way, just in a way that like it's just got too many ideas. Because all the snippets are too short to be songs.
It is.
I don't
this
know.
is like the big hit, like dark past that no one.
So this is the
could not
group
remember.
that they did
This
in
is the group
collaboration
that blackmailed
with
a man.
Source
Yes.
Music.
This is the group that almost went to jail for blackmail.
Yes.
Well, one of them.
One
of
did
them.
that.
Well, and
With
also
her
another
model
one that,
friend decided
their
to
model
blackmail
friend, but,
Young
like
Hyun.
they blackmailed a man and almost went to jail for it.
Yep.
Not just a man,
you know, and
the
then-
Lee Byung-hun.
A very successful,
Yes,
popular
a very
actor.
successful actor.
Who, for those who
But,
are
like,
unaware,
still,
is on Squid Game. He's the main enforcer dude of that series.
Yep.
So
And how does everything go back to Netflix?
Always.
somehow.
Terrible. Can someone ask him about that? That's what that's what I want to ask him
That
about.
was interesting too, because at the time it was revealed that his wife was pregnant, and it was like
Oh God.
it was wild
Let's be
because people
honest,
thought
don't
that he
blackmail.
cheated on her.
But, yeah,
and it was like,
but,
oh my god.
Even out of that context, Glam never made great music.
No.
Because this is like very clearly Big Hit was trying to do. Yeah, let's do BTS, but a girl group, and that was not the way to go.
Before BTS even debuted.
Yeah. Like if we're gonna do a hip hop based group, but let's do a girl group.
Well, I think it's also the fact that Glam was like a one and only group situation, so it's like, well, what the hell can they even do? Who knows?
Who's to say? I don't even know what they would have gone on to do
If they stayed around.
and didn't go to.
I think they would have floundered.
Yeah.
So hard. And then you know that if they would have, because I think they may have been able to like stick around for another 1 or 2 years.
I think they would have they would have had to switch concepts. At some point.
I know, but here's the thing. I think they would have been able to stick around until BTS blew up.
Yeah.
I think they would have still been together to that point. And that would have been even funnier.
I can't even imagine BTS having to interact with this group. It's like
With that
an
group?
insane concept.
Because you know that like they disbanded that BTS has literally never been able to interact with anybody until TXT.
You can imagine if it
Because
was Glam.
because they barely got to interact with Glam because they ended like
They
when
disbanded
BTS
so
debuted.
soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like weird, like they interacted with nobody.
Ugh.
So weird.
They're such a weird like
Concept.
just concept generally. They're like
Group?
a weird group
They're a
with
weird
a weird song,
story
and they had
that
such
now
a
gets
weird,
put.
like short career with the scandal. Like
They're a weird story to tell at the beginning of the Hybe story.
right?
Because
They
like
are.
that's the first thing
Like,
you
this
have
is
to talk
this
about.
Is, like I mean, other than the 2 a.m., it's like the Glam, and it's like it's
Yeah,
so
it's
weird.
the glam of it all.
That's it. That's like the 2 things you talk about. Neither of them are like great stories.
Right.
But so that's 2013.
What a weird, like electronic
weird
noise
assortment of
weird
songs.
K-pop.
That was
Yeah,
just
I don't like it.
fever dream.
It does
In that
weirdly feel like a
sense.
fever dream.
It doesn't feel
The electronic
real.
noise gives that kind of a vibe.
It does.
the electronic
It's
noise
weird.
really out here making it sound a very specific way.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that has been 2013 Worst of the Year. We are available on all major podcasting platforms like Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We also have a YouTube channel where we post all of our episodes along with occasional clip videos. And with that, we
Yay.
will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.